Hey, welcome to the Black Knight Nation podcast. I'm your host, Sal Interdonado. We're brought to you by Higher Echelon. And today we have Army quarterback Bryson Daily joining us. Bryson, we really appreciate the time coming off the practice field today. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. When I was putting together this podcast and the tease, I had a photo from Lynn Fern of you. Maybe it was Friday's practice, talking to the team in the huddle. And I'm thinking about it after practice. I'm sorry. And I'm thinking about leadership, right? And you've always the quarterback position, right? And the leadership that involves. But now you're a senior captain also on top of that. So I was wondering, like, what maybe some of the leadership lessons you might have learned as a quarterback growing up, have you applied them to being a team captain this year or no?
Oh, yeah, being a quarterback, that's just part of the position. It's something you have to do. You have to lead the offense. You have to speak in front of the offense. So over the years, that has definitely been a part of my leadership growth for sure. And then as a captain, you got to step up. So I think those years of experience at quarterback has helped me in that role.
You've probably been asked this a million times, but growing up, was quarterback your first position or no?
I always played quarterback of sorts. Played a lot of running back as well. And then, Pee Wee days, I was too heavy to run the ball, so I was playing center. So I had some O-line days. So I've kind of played it all growing up. I played both ways in high school, linebacker and quarterback. So I've gotten a little taste of everything over my years.
When do you think you realized you wanted to be a that was your position, so to speak?
Like we talked about earlier, I love the leadership part of playing quarterback. Not even, what you do on the field as a quarterback, just the responsibility that comes with it. I always, kind of just gravitated towards that. And, if that was a position where I was able to be a leader, I liked playing that position.
Gotcha. From what your dad coached in high school, right? You come from a family of coaches, I think, correct? Or
yes, sir. My dad, both grandpas were all high school football coaches in Texas.
What's that like growing up when kind of football's? I know it's Texas, football's probably in your blood, but then to have the coaching tree too that you can learn under.
Oh, it was awesome. So my Pee Wee ball, my grandpa was a retired coach at that point. So he just coached my youth football teams. And then he passed me over to my dad once I got into middle school, and then he coached me all the way through high school. So it was awesome, being under great coaches like them. It helped my growth for football, learning football, and my love for football. So it helped a lot.
I know you talked about at the AAC Media Day, you talked about the tattoo that you have on your hand that your grandpa used to text you all the time, right? I mean, can you talk a little bit about that? And is that something that kind of he still does today, or talk about the how that started?
Oh yeah, ever since I started middle school ball and I got a phone, he'd always text me, good luck, cool head, hot heart, and that was something he'd text me because I had a short temper as a kid, and I'd try to. I'm better about it now, but the cool head was to keep me cool, calm, and collected, but to not lose that passion for the game, and that's what he always tried to instill in me, and he texts me that to this day, and I keep it at the forefront of my mind as I play, and I put it on my arm so I never forget.
Yeah, I guess you'll be getting one pretty soon. That first game's coming up pretty quickly. I know in preseason camp, Coach Munkin said as far as like maybe the scrimmages and stuff, I know you got some run on Saturday, but he's kind of seen what the other quarterbacks can do. But then I think you're taking extra reps after practice today. Talk about how you've been preparing for the season.
I've been going about it the same way, we always do. Nothing special about a game coming up. We just go about practice like it's camp. Every day, just getting better at, one thing each day. Every rep, it's just one rep, and one rep, and that'll go into the games, and we'll be ready to play.
Growing up, when you're playing, or even now, was there a quarterback that you kind of looked up to at the NFL or college level, a quarterback that you followed and maybe patterned your game after? Or
I grew up a Texas football fan, so I looked at guys like Colt McCoy. Once I got into high school, I really looked at Sam Ehlinger. I really liked the way he played. He was a bigger quarterback, ran the ball a lot. They'd run QB power with him, and he could throw it too. But seeing how tough he was and seeing how he played the game, I tried to, emulate his game a lot.
When you're playing in high school and you're being coached by your dad and you're playing, quarterback and you're playing linebacker, I mean, is your heart in playing quarterback, and did that kind of lead you to West Point a little bit or no?
So they offered me here as quarterback, but they also said, hey, we know you played linebacker. If quarterback doesn't work out for you, we might move you to linebacker. And that was fine with me. I came to West Point because of West Point, because of the coaches, because of the players here. It's where I wanted to be no matter what position I was playing.
Nice. Do you have for this year? I know it's one game at a time. I know first game's coming up Friday against Lehigh in a week or so. Do you have what kind of vision do you see in this offense? Because I know it's gone, a little bit more under center now. I think you guys are going to be able to do a little bit of everything, in my opinion. But what do you see in this offense?
Yeah, we got playmakers, and we're just going to try to get them the ball. We want to be a methodical offense that wears defenses down. So that's our goal. Just taking care of the football, being very efficient. That's our goal as an offense, as a unit. So hopefully we can spread the ball around and get a lot of guys opportunities to make plays.
I looked at the Hayden Reeds and the Kanye Udos and the Noah Shorts and the Tyrell Robinsons and yourself. I mean, this is how much talent do you think you guys have? I know you have the offensive line, experienced offensive line back. What do you think is the ceiling for this offense this year?
I think that last thing you touched on is the biggest thing. We have a really good O-line, really experienced O-line, guys who played a lot of games, and just talented players up there. And I think if they stay together and they keep playing like they are right now, it's going to give all those skill guys you were talking about a great chance to make a lot of big plays.
No doubt. Last one, I mean, just with it being your senior year and this being, it seems like the West Point experience sometimes can be, how has it gone for you, the ride, so to speak? Does it seem like you just got there, or does it seem like, you're soaking up every minute that you can now, or where are you at with that?
It seems like the prep school was ages ago, the prep school during COVID, that seems like a whole nother lifetime. But at the same time, I can't believe I'm a senior. I can't believe it's here. First few years here, it's wild. But I'm blessed to be in this position as a senior, getting to lead this team. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I was going to ask you one more quick one about the honor of being a captain. It seems like that's something that you really hold pretty true to you. Can you just talk about when you find out that, and now to be in the team meetings and to be at the end of practices and to have that voice? I'm sure you had it, earlier too, before this year, but what that's been like.
It's the greatest honor I've ever had in my life. The great men who came before us as captains, as players, and the great men that are in the locker room right now that voted us 4 captains up there. It's an absolute honor because there's great guys that chose us to lead them. And the West Point's a leadership institution, and being a leader amongst other leaders, it's pretty special. And I'm going to do my best to uphold the honor that comes with that. So I'm trying my best every day.
Absolutely. Hey, Bryson, thanks so much. I mean, a week from Friday, you guys will be opening up at Mikey Stadium against Lehigh. All the best there. We really appreciate a couple minutes after practice today.
Yes, sir. Can't wait. Beat Navy.